Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
Hey guys, it's Larry from JCPC Gaming. Right now we're going to the left side of the track. There are 2 traps that we need to find to unlock a hidden secret in the game. Trap number 1. Every time we hold the sense button, it's going to show a little bit. Right now you can see actually some bodies on the ground, not so clearly, but that's what they are. Okay, what I was doing was getting my bearings right there. I have notes that I wrote out for all of this, and I wish I'd have been a little bit more precise on certain notes. We're at the next trap right now. And as you'll notice, we actually did get a little bit more on the scene from the sensing. Now we're going back to the railroad track. Then we're going to proceed to the right side of the track to get the last 3 traps. Even though I will tell you, the easiest trap to find I will miss for quite a bit. And then again, even more of the scene is being shown. You can clearly see the human skeletal remains on the ground. I will spend too much time sensing this one because I was hoping it was going to say let go just so I could show that to you. It doesn't. So therefore I held on too long for this scene and stayed in one spot like a jackass. We're playing the game at 1080p, 60 frames per second, locked down just so I could get a nice smooth recording. On the right hand side just there we passed the trap. That was actually right beside the little tree, and I'll turn and look at it, but I didn't see the trap. Kind of camouflaged pretty well. This is a very pretty game, but they do intend for you to look. I'm sprinting right there, and how you sprint in the game is by holding the shift key. This is going to be a 100% playthrough of the game. We're playing on an AMD system running an 8370 and an AMD R9 290X, water-cooled on both things by 2 Corsair H80Is, and everything's overclocked to the hilt. Literally, I even got turbo cores on. Excuse me. And those turbo cores are set to 5.3 gigahertz. The processor set to 5 gigahertz. So quite a bit of an overclock compared to the stock 4 gigahertz with 4.3 turbo. Playing on an ASRock Fatality 990FX motherboard with 16 gig of G-Skill RAM. It's also got a 128 SSD and a 4 gigabyte, not gigabyte, but terabyte hard drive. That one always scares me. I don't know why. And as you can see, quite a bit more of the scene. Still missing that one trap. And the reason why I didn't come to this trap first, well, actually it would have been second because that swinging trap's going to trigger anyway. The reason why I didn't go to that one because the scene's actually near that. And I wanted to try to keep it a little bit cleaner looking. I screwed the pooch on that one. And I'm running around not knowing where I need to go. We're actually very close to that other trap we needed, but we didn't get it because I just didn't see it. Hopefully this will help y'all know exactly where to find it. And the whole reason for doing these 5 traps is you sense you get pulled into another scene, and you also get to read 2 notes that you wouldn't unless got to see it all. And I finally found that other trap. Okay, there's going to be 2 letters that are going to be shown. The first one shows you is called SAP. Then the second one I'll show you is about a fire that happened. The story of SAP was written by Ethan Carter, and now you can read it.
Ethan, I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
Now we're back to the real world. And you're going to see a letter about actually a house fire. This one they don't point out, it don't say read on it or anything like that, but you can actually find it. Just turn around, look in the fire pit. That one they can let you miss. Later text that you see in the game, I will just skip by where you can actually just hit pause to read them. And they're not going to be going on this long anymore. I was planning to originally read them out loud, but I was horrible at it, and you could probably get the point a lot easier yourself. And in case you're wondering, the microphone I'm using to record is a Blue Yeti. Yeah, it took way too long on that one. Still going, still going. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now that we actually finished this, we're going to go back to the railroad tracks and make our way across the bridge.
Red Creek Valley seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned 2 things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
A lot of early foreshadowing. Don't really care for that too much in games because it makes it feel like you're playing a losing battle. It's no fun to know that the antagonist is going to die at the end. Animal blood, human. Accident, murder. Crankshaft. Fresh scratches, recently used. Crank, 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 crank. Okay, the way that mechanic works in the game, once you find an object of interest, it will start putting the word around your screen. It will start swirling around. What you're supposed to do is take your mouse and actually move around the screen until you get toward the direction of where the item's going to be at. So that tells us the crankshaft is near the shore. Then it shows us exactly where the crankshaft is. Don't show you how to get there, but you have a general direction because that's the way it works. So let's proceed. I went this way hoping to find something. There's nothing there. Okay, coming up on our left, you're going to look and we're actually seeing a railroad tie with a rope hook to it and a junction box. Untied, tied, no blood. Rope. Rest of the corpse, blood trail. Victim, dragged away, crawled away, severed legs. Blood from legs. Blood from. Fractured skull. Cause of death. Blood loss. Head trauma. Not yet. Okay, so we're going to head down the path right now and actually pick up the crank. You don't actually have to do it right now. It actually kind of a waste of time to grab it right that second. But I do it anyways just because I do know the order of events. Right there, I actually have this camera zoomed. That's why that was that sharp snap out of it. You hear that noise? It just went on, the whirling of the wind. That actually lets you know when you have a key object. And so what I'm going to do is actually start gathering other key objects and looking for other keys to the scene. Inspect. Gasoline, diesel fuel. Canister. Dried grass. No sun. Rectangular shape, rectangular shape, rectangular shape. Railroad car from the bridge. Railroad car. Again, I actually held on too long onto this sense scene. You can actually just sense it, see a little bit, and stop it. Once it gets to that size on the screen, you're good to go. So what it's telling us to do, we need to grab the railroad card to make sure that it actually does line up with the size of the dead grass. Which I don't know why they just use that as a game mechanic to show that they can put a moving vehicle in there, in my opinion. We're not going to go for that right immediately. We're actually going to grab a little rock that you can't even see till just then. Okay, then I'm going to sprint down the track, I believe, to get where the rock goes. You'll hear that whooshing sound. You'll hear it again right now. Rock, dip. Fresh dirt. Rock, fix. Really poor translation there if you can't tell. Okay, we're going to go to the railroad card now. And when I actually get in it, you'll see how to start it. They want you to click a bunch of times to get that crank to get that thing to start. You can actually click at a very slow pace as long as it's consistent, and it'll actually spin just as fast if you're clicking your heart out. One nice thing with this game, they actually do not make you go through an inventory system to actually use items that are needed at that time. So we're going to back up the railroad card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pan to the side, look at the ground, and look for that canister, because that's where it's want to line up. But I didn't know it at this time. You can't actually see the canister from the train car. You'll see me look at the ground. And right now I'm at the wrong spot. I thought I was in the right spot. I'm too far forward. If you can see the blood trail right there, no bueno. So this thing will not actually let you progress until you go back. It's a little too finicky in my own opinion. I think if you have it within a certain area, yeah. But they actually do this to cheat in a cutscene. They actually use it as a physical barrier for you and to keep the continuity of the story going. And they will actually move it. See, right now, I'm still too far up, so I'm going to reverse. That's where I should have stopped, but I'm going to actually reverse all the way back so I can see if I can pull it forward. And I believe I actually cut it off just shy of where it's supposed to be. And when I get out, I'm going to end up having to restart it because the scene's not going to give me that whooshing noise. And you can tell right there, I already knew that it wasn't going to work. That's something I would like to see tighten up in the gameplay a little bit, where the alignment was not so dire. And you'll see I go out to crank it, and now it's going to go on just one click. It's literally going to start with barely moving. See, right now I'm actually going to the corpse to see if I can trigger the scene. It's almost there, but it's just not yet. And I do apologize for the breaking audio in the video game right there. It is actually caused because my computer was starting to do an update. As you saw, it did a quarter crank. It didn't even make me spin it in one full rotation at that point. And so now what I'm doing is looking for the gas can. I know that I can't see it, but I do see the fuel, and it actually is shimmering. So that tells me I'm close enough, and you'll hear a whoosh. That tells you that you've completed the scene. So now I'm sprinting to the body, and let's get this show on the road. Okay, I have control at this point. So the whole goal here is actually to figure out the scene and the order the scenes were supposed to be in. You'll actually see a game glitch on this, which I found hilarious because I know I had it right. But the game didn't remember it. So you have to walk up to the glowing parts just to actually reveal the thing. And see, I bumped into the train right there. You can't pass it. That's why they want it near the area. They'll move it a little bit to get 100% correct for the scene, but they won't actually allow you to progress unless it's close enough. Now we're going to change this to scene number 2 because we do know that that's number 2 in the event. The way I figured that one was number 2, I assumed that he had saw Ethan being tied to the train track. And see right there, you could actually see where the reset happened. And right there, I actually have that numbered wrong. That should have been number 4. And you can see how it changed it from 1 to it just didn't lock in what I chose. So I was left with no other option than to backtrack on this part, and it may do it to you. It didn't do it on my first playthrough, but it decided to do it this time. So take that as you want. We know that this is going to be the third part in the scene. This one's actually going to be number 4 that we're coming up near. We just passed what number 4 should be. This is number 1. So the way I thought it was going to happen was the grandfather saw Ethan being tied to the track, grabbed the rock. Number 3, he confronts Ed at the train before anything can happen. Then you can easily see the order of the events. Now I'll be quiet and let this scene play out for you guys.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way. Travis, tell me where Ethan is, now.
I'm giving the sleeper what he wants. What all of us want. Look, old man, you need to go home. No.
Ethan, run, goddammit! Go! Get out of here! Travis, close your eyes.
Okay, now we're seeing the spirits go back into the body and actually letting us see. There's actually going to be another one that flies out. I wanted to capture that on camera, but now I'm going to actually turn from it and take off sprinting because I do know where it's going, and I wanted to show you the landing spot. And a little bit after that's where we're going to cut the video and call it an end.
Grandpa? Stay away!
Ethan, I'm sick too. I can feel the sleeper in my head.
Then fight it! I have to destroy the room!
Corvus, I'm sorry. Ethan,
Oh no!
I can't let you do that.
Whatever had turned Ethan's family against him, the grandfather was trying to resist. Age helps against those things that feed on hate. Not because of wisdom or experience, because the old are tired. Their hate is less useful.
Thanks, God. That was The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Part 2 will be coming out shortly. Please let us know what you think about actually the voiceover being done now. And let us know what you would like to see. I really want to record videos that you do want to see. I don't know how to say that enough, but that's what I want. So please like and subscribe. And please comment in the comment section down below. You don't know how much that helps. But thank you guys, and we're looking forward to a great 2015.